Jackson Podcast.
What's popping with y'all today on this Friday morning, man? Hope y'all having a great day. Hope you're getting to the money, having all positive vibes, man. Your family doing good. Your spring, your vacation time that you planning on is in the works. It's well. You already know where you're going, and life's great, man. I feel like this is a teachable moment. This conversation that we about to have because it was a time in my life when I was younger and I used to look up to the CEOs, the Suge Knights, and now you see he's in prison. The Diddy's, now you see he's locked up fighting a federal case over some sexual allegations. Um, just all of the CEOs, man. Birdman, Master P, Jermaine Dupri. I wanted to be like those guys. I wanted to be successful and help put people in position. And that's what I thought they was doing. Dame Dash came along in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he was a real inspiration because they was putting out the clothing line, putting out the movies with the paper soldiers, putting Kevin Hart in position, putting Benny Siegel in position. He was dating Aaliyah at the time. He had the biggest rap artist in the game, and he was vouching and standing on business for Jay-Z, to be honest with you. And I talked about remaining humble on a couple of episodes and people not remaining humble. And when I seen this article on hot97.com on their website, it caught me for a loop because this brother has been balling for almost 30 years, been successful for almost 30 years, creating entertainment companies, streaming networks, film studios. I just ran down a few of things that he has done, and he fell off and got back, fell off again and got back. I expect whatever he's dealing with right now, he'll come back from. I expect it because it's just like he speaks positive. He speaks, uplifting, and he speaks entrepreneur, business. But sometimes our ego, sometimes not being humble, sometimes the aggressive nature can hinder you. But let's get into the article, man. I just want to read this to y'all and play the little clips and stuff that's within it. This is Dame Dash, ordered to sell his film studio and streaming network. So Dame Dash's financial downfall has deepened. A federal judge in New York has ordered the sale of assets to the Dame Dash Group. His business held entirely under his wife Raquel Horn's name to settle a debt stemming from a 2019 copyright lawsuit. All Hip Hop broke the news on Tuesday, May the 13th. Let's see what this lady talking about.
But I think when it comes to Damon and people in the industry, I don't think anybody wants to be in his crosshairs. Like we've all seen with Damon's treatment of Attorney Brown that he can be relentless. And if you're asking my position, I just don't think anybody wants to be bothered like that. Like, who wants
Right.
to wake up every day and then have Damon Dash with his followers attacking somebody over something that's so simple? So I simply put, I just don't think people want to be bothered.
Mm. Oh, I don't want to see nobody intro. We're going to skip the
Okay.
intro.
So I wrote a book series that started, maybe my first book was released in 2013. And I met
Okay.
Damon in 2015. And upon meeting Damon, my book had already been adapted into a screenplay. I'd already shot a short film, but it wasn't industry ready. It wasn't ready for TV.
Okay.
So I'm from a small town, and Damon was in the area. So when I found out Damon Dash was in a town with a population of 16,000 people, and I happened to be visiting my mom at the time, I'm like, wait a minute, I need to check this out. So
Right.
it just seemed weird. So I went and I had on my Mafia t-shirt and I had a couple of books and I explained, hey, I've shot this before. I want to
Okay.
do it again so that I can find placement, on TV somewhere because I want my baby to grow.
Right.
And he was, and a lady jumped up from the crowd and was like, hey, I read Mafia. So he was like, really? Um,
Okay.
so from that point, he was in. He agreed to produce it. And when I was on my way to my seat, he was like, no, wait, I have to direct. And I was like, but I got
Okay.
the director. He's like, well, if I can't direct, I don't want any part. So what do you
Oh,
do, right?
really?
So
Okay.
I'm like, okay, okay. So that's how it started. We were in pre-production within 2 weeks.
No,
Um,
let me just interrupt real quick. Was there any type of written agreement that was in place regarding the direction, production by his company?
Okay, so there was a written contract given to Damon Dash on July 31st,
Okay.
which was a few days before filming. And this is a cautionary tale to creators because I said, hey, Dane, we have this contract. You have to sign it. He's like, it's good. I'll sign it. It's good. I'll sign it. And, little old trusting me, right? We just went along, trucked along. So filming starts, and I had one of my production assistants taking the contract.
The story is interesting, but it's too long. If you want to see the story in its entirety, go to hot97.com and research Dame Dash, and it'll talk about him losing his streaming service and his film studio. So, author and filmmaker Edward Brooks sued Dame Dash that year, accusing him of releasing a film adaptation of her Mafietta book series without consent. She won a $78,000 judgment in 2020, which Dash never paid. He countersued and lost, then allegedly hid assets through shell companies like the Dash Group and Poppeton LLC. With legal fees and interest, Dash now owes closer to $100,000 to that lady for that book signing. That's crazy. After repeated attempts to collect, Brooks asked the court to force a sale of his holdings. This sounds just like the game incident when that lady won $7 million against him and she lost the home, and he lost the home. The judge appointed a receiver to liquidate Horn's ownership of the Dash Group, which court documents list as fully in her name. The company includes several of Dash's prized ventures, his America News streaming service, the CEO by Dash platform, and the children's book Dusko Goes to Space. Dash is now required to turn over company records. Proceeds from the sale will be used to pay Brooks. The follows the November 2024 auction of Dash's one-third stake in Rockefeller Records. This follows the November 2024 auction of Dash's one-third stake in Rockefeller Records, which brought in just $1 million. Nearly 200,000 went to unpaid child support, while 1.7 million was applied to his overdue New York state taxes, leaving nothing for other creditors. Dash also owes 823,000 in a separate judgment tied to the film Dear Frank, along with a $4 million defamation ruling and 8 million in back taxes. He reportedly prepared to file for bankruptcy. Dash could face contempt court charges or arrest if he fails to comply with the court orders. The court capped Brooks' recovery at the original $78,000 judgment plus interest, but Dash financial reckoning appears far from over. I don't like to report on the downfall of men and seeing men fall and empires crumble and stuff, though. But this is unprecedented, man. From his teeth falling out, on camera talking shit to 50 Cent, to the sale of Reasonable Doubt and his ownership in Rockefeller Records, to owing a multitude of individuals 100,000 heard, 1.7 in taxes, $800,000 to this person, 1.7 million, a million over here. Those financial troubles and all of that big boss talk, man, that ego led conversation that he was having. I be saying this a lot though. A lot of these content creators ain't influential, man. They just got a little bit of bread and they spewing a lot of things to make you feel less than. Dame Dash fall is epic. It's epic. Because I was influenced. I was heavily influenced. I wish I could tell a young brother something, man, before I get up off of this thing. Those people that you see in the community that's working hard and helping other people. The people that's you see day to day grinding and shining and doing their thing in a legal way, and they paying their taxes and they helping their community out. Let that be your influence, not these entertainers, man. Real talk. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button, share the show. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Hey, y'all appreciate it, man. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.